Goa has huge ambitions when it comes to business. The local government wants the state to become a startup hub, and they're planning on digitizing 100 villages to make the state more friendly for entrepreneurs who are building their companies from the beaches. Now, Goa is India's smallest state, but there are more than 450 DPIIT registered startups there, and they're supported by 6 startup incubators as well. And so in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 10 of these startups that are building from the beaches of Goa. Now, we're going to be starting our business journey in Goa in the capital city, Banjim, where we have the first company on this list, an airline startup called Fly91. Founded by former Kingfisher Airlines VP Manoj Chacko in 2023, Fly91 is a regional airline that aims to connect Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities in the country. Now, starting an airline business is probably one of the hardest things that you can do as an entrepreneur. In fact, Richard Branson famously said that if you want to be a millionaire, then start with $1 billion and launch a new airline. And in just the last 5 years, 7 Indian airlines have actually shut down. That being said though, Manoj does have a plan because he doesn't want to compete with the airline giants for the most popular routes. Instead, he wants to play in the short haul segment where flight duration is between 45 and 90 minutes, connecting Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities where demand is growing, but there aren't a lot of regional players to cater to this demand. They've already leased 2 ATR 72-600 aircrafts, which can carry 70 passengers at a time and are pretty much the most fuel-efficient planes out there. Flying to underserved airports is also going to give them the advantage of lower taxation on fuel, and then having their base in Goa gives them access to one of the busiest airports with non-stop tourists while keeping their costs low compared to metro cities. Fly91 has all the approvals in place at this point and is ready to start their commercial operations very soon. Alright, moving on to the next company in this list, but continuing to focus on Banjim here, we have a multi-brand EV platform called BeLive. Founded by Samarth, Kholkar, and Sandeep Mukherjee in 2018, BeLive started as an EV tourism business. With this business, they take tourists on guided experiential tours across Goa on these electric bikes, and they managed to sign a 20-year exclusive contract with Goa Tourism because of this, making them Goa's official EV tourism partner. But it wasn't long before people started asking them if they could just buy these electric bikes. And so seeing this demand, BeLive started partnering with multiple EV brands and launching their multi-brand online EV store in 2020. By 2021, they had even ventured into the offline segment of the EV industry by opening their first multi-brand EV store in Hyderabad with the goal of becoming a one-stop shop for everybody's EV needs. So if you wanted to buy an EV, needed a loan to buy an EV, or you just wanted to rent an EV, BeLive offers all of these things. And today, the company has sold more than 3,000 EVs through their online platform and a network of 25 plus offline stores present across the country. All right, coming up next, we have another Banjim-based company, this one a premium gin brand called Nao Spirits. So the story of this business begins with Anand Virmani, who was working as a marketing consultant at Perch, and he was looking to set up a production facility for craft gin. But during this period of searching, he was told by many people things like craft gin has no place in the Indian universe, and it's a ladies' drink, and only old people drink gin. But Anand decided to ignore all of these people and instead partnered with his wife, Aprajita Ninan, and launched a craft gin brand called Nao Spirits in 2016. And they launched their first gin called Greater Than in 2017, which was India's first dry gin, and then Hapusa in 2018. By 2019, they had also onboarded Abhinav Rajput as a co-founder to handle their operations, and today the company is looking to close FY24 with a net revenue of 40 crore rupees, selling their gin across 15 Indian cities and exporting to 14 countries. And in fact, Nao Spirits has also raised $7.5 million from their investors to continue this expansion. All right, and the last company that I'm going to talk about from Goa's capital is a vehicle payments company called Numadic. So I don't know how many of you guys realize this, but you can actually use FASTag to pay for petrol. In fact, Numadic, which was founded in 2016 by Luke Sequeira along with Aprup Sheth, Huston Silva, and Deepak Kastwal, has partnered with banks and fuel companies like Hindustan Petroleum and Indian Oil to help them do just that. Numadic claims to be the first and only company to be doing automated fuel payments using FASTag, and so far their automated fuel payment solution is available across 52 plus cities. It's been used by more than 2 million people, and they've achieved a payment processing run rate of $500 million annually. And according to Aprup, they've actually already raised $3.5 million from their investors as well. And considering the fact that EVs are the future, they're now focusing on integrating their automated FASTag-based fuel payments at EV charging stations. All right, now we're gonna make our way over to the city of Porvorim, where we have the next company on this list, an AI platform called CogniCue. Founded by Kanan Dundee and Fasi Ahmed Fakri in 2020, CogniCue is an emotion AI startup that analyzes video and audio of a person based on verbal, nonverbal, and visual cues to generate a detailed report, giving an insight into that person's mind. And basically what this is, in a nutshell, is an AI engine that can tell you if a person is lying or not, just by analyzing a video. And this does sound a little bit like magic. In fact, according to Kanan, CogniCue can identify over 100 feelings with high accuracy. But the way that they've been able to do this is that Ganan is actually a trained psychologist who has worked in the field of decoding body language, and so she's used her knowledge to create this AI engine along with her co-founder. Now, the potential of this technology is huge, and it could be applied to pretty much any industry, but right now, CogniCue is focused on the BFSI industry, where they're helping clients like ICICI Lombard detect fraudulent insurance claims. All right, now we're gonna travel over to the city of Varna, where we actually have 3 startups, the first of which is an electric ATV manufacturer called Powerland. So this company was founded by Tej Nayak along with his father Narayan Nayak in 2014, and basically what Powerland does is they make cool looking ATVs, that's all-terrain vehicles which can be used for multiple purposes ranging from agriculture to adventure sports. They started things off by manufacturing their diesel-powered ATVs in 2017 from their facility located in Goa, but seeing as the world was going electric, Tej told us that they actually decided to move into the electric ATV segment in 2019. And it took them 5 years to pull this off, but the result was Powerland's Tachyon, which comes with an 11.25 kilowatt lithium-ion battery that offers 80 to 100 kilometers in range per charge, and it takes 6 hours to charge this battery, and it's priced at 9.5 lakh rupees. And the best part is that they've actually built this incredible machine right in Goa, and they were able to source 60% of its parts from India. The company has raised $1.2 million from their investors, which they're planning to invest into achieving 80% localization and scaling their production capacity from 300 to 3,000 by opening another facility in the next 2 years. And they only started selling their electric ATVs in the latter part of 2023, but Tej claims that they'll be making 13 to 14 crore rupees in revenue this year. Okay, the next company from Varna is a premium coffee brand called Coffeeza. The founder of this company, Rahul Agarwal, was working in his family business for a pretty long time. They were making RFID tags, but he was dreaming of starting his own business someday, and in 2018, he finally decided to take the plunge, leave his stable family business, and start Coffeeza. And the idea behind Coffeeza is pretty simple, so here's Rahul explaining what they do in a nutshell.
Coffeeza makes it really easy to enjoy great tasting cafe-style coffee at home.
So basically, they're offering everything that you'd need to make your own cafe-style coffee at home, from coffee capsules to coffee machines, and they even disrupted this space a little bit by replacing plastic coffee capsules with their recyclable aluminum capsules and emerged as one of the best sellers in that category. So now, instead of dreaming of leaving the family business, Rahul is dreaming of turning his little coffee venture that he built in Goa into a 100 crore rupee coffee brand, and they've already expanded into the UAE and US markets to make this dream a reality. All right, now moving on to the last startup from Verona, this is a really cool one. It's an electric motorcycle maker called Kabira Mobility. Founded by a former aeronautical engineer in the Indian Navy, Jaibir Siwach, along with his sons Akash Siwach and Sagar Siwach in 2017, Kabira Mobility launched their flagship electric motorcycles, the KM3000 and the KM4000, priced at 1.26 lakh rupees and 1.36 lakh rupees respectively in February of 2021 after putting in years of R&D. And according to Jaibir, when he asked industry professionals how many bookings he should expect, he was told that even 1,000 bookings for an unknown EV maker like yours would be good enough. But within 4 days of opening bookings, he had received more than 5,000 orders, and so he had to suspend bookings as they actually exceeded their production capacity. Since then, they've raised $50 million from their investors and launched the latest model of their KM3000 and KM4000 electric motorcycles, which come in at top speeds of 120 kilometers per hour, hour and have a range of 201 kilometers per charge. But that's not all, because just last year, Kabira Mobility also launched their latest electric motorcycle, the KM5000, which is claimed to be India's fastest electric bike with a top speed of 188 kilometers per hour and a range of 344 kilometers on a single charge, which is really impressive for an unknown EV maker building out of Goa, although now, of course, they're not so unknown the way that they used to be. All right, now we're gonna make our way over to the city of Margao, where we have an artisanal Fini brand which was featured on Shark Tank India Season 3 called Goenchi. So back when Yash Sawardikar was a flight attendant, he was asked by his coworker, what's a drink that you would have that's intrinsically made in India? And at the time, Yash really didn't have an answer for him, but it was during the pandemic when he went back to his home state of Goa that he noticed that Fini was a popular drink in the state, but it had never really gained the popularity outside of the state that it deserved. And so Yash teamed up with his sister, Tulika Sawardikar, and launched Goenchi Fini in April of 2023 with the goal of taking it global. But the problem is that unlike other popular forms of alcohol, the Fini market is actually really small. But in spite of that, when this brother-sister duo pitched Goenchi on Shark Tank India, they were already doing a monthly revenue of 10 lakh rupees, and their drinks were available across more than 100 premium retail stores in Goa. But of course, it would end up taking enormous effort and cash to build this into a premium global brand, which is why it's a good thing that they managed to get 2 crore rupees from Dipinder Goyal for 15% equity in their company to help them do exactly that. Okay, now we're gonna travel over to the final city in this list, Candolim, where we have a startup studio called Build3. Founded by Varun Chawla, Alakshi Tomar, and Abhimanyu Rati in 2020, Build3 is an incubator, accelerator, and VC firm all rolled into one. And the idea here, and this is really noble, is to support social impact startups in the region and develop Goa's startup ecosystem further. Build3 provides multiple programs for startups where they offer them funding, they offer to connect them with teams to help them build their business, they offer them a location to work out of, and they even teach them how to run a profitable business. And the best part is that they're doing all of this out of their villa on Candolim Beach. They invest anywhere between 1 and 5 crore rupees into portfolio companies, and as of December of 2023, there are 7 such startups in their portfolio. All right, those were our picks for the top 10 startups from Goa. And let me know in a comment down below which of these 10 was your favorite. And also, if you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy the video that we made about the top 10 startups from Maharashtra. You can find a link to that video in the top right corner of your screen. But either way, thank you so much for watching this episode of Backstage with Millionaires, and I will catch you in the next one.